Now, for a deeper analysis of this highly controversial issue, we're joined by Professor Kim Eun-mee, the Dean of Ewha Women's University Graduate School, who was also a member of the government's task force that was in charge of reviewing the 2015 Seoul-Tokyo Agreement. Thank you so much, Professor Kim, for coming in today, despite your busy schedule. Let's start off by taking a look back at the 2015 Seoul-Tokyo Agreement. And the much talked about flaws. Now, as a member of the government's task force that was formed exclusively to review this 2015 agreement, could you share with us your first-hand analysis? What are the biggest flaws?
There are several large flaws that we found. First of all, we found that there was a hidden negotiation track that was not made public until this report. Which actually led the negotiations rather than the negotiations that was public, that was done at the Director General level of both foreign ministries. Second, when the negotiations began, President Park had talked about a victim-centered approach, that we're going to honor and respect the victims' wishes, but that was not really upheld during the process. Third, there was a hidden part of the agreement. So after the agreements were announced by the two ministers, there was a hidden portion that was not made public, and that it contained some very problematic, very sensitive issues, especially for the South Korean public. Finally, there was a clause saying that this is going to lead to irreversible and final resolution of this issue. When the South Korean government first proposed this statement, the Korean government wanted the Japanese government to finally admit and not renege on its apology toward the victims. But later, as the negotiations went on, the irreversible resolution was attached to if Japan pays the South Korean government 1 billion yen for reparation for the victims, that would suffice as a final resolution. So the meaning of the resolution was not the one that we wanted from the beginning. So these are some of the flaws that we found during our task force investigation or meetings.
Well, backroom deals, I guess, happened behind doors on such a huge historical issue. Well, that certainly doesn't sound right. Now, the South Korean government, through an official announcement on Tuesday, that this 2015 agreement cannot be the resolution to this issue, but it also said that it has no plans to scrap or renegotiate the deal. Now, some point out that this stance is too ambiguous, and they worry that the South Korean government may lose its trust from many sides. What do you think?
Well, first of all, this was a domestic investigation. We wanted to see what happened from the South Korean side in this very historic diplomatic negotiations. So we focused on what the South Korean government did. But we found during the process the three principles that the South Korean government said was going to be important. The first one being the victim-centered approach, the second one being a more democratic diplomatic approach, and finally meeting global standards. And all of these were compromised in the process of negotiations. So from the South Korean internal domestic affairs, this is a very flawed process for such a major historic negotiation and agreement. But nonetheless, the two governments at the time agreed. Although it was a verbal agreement, there's no written signed treaty as such. So it's a verbal agreement, but nonetheless an agreement that was endorsed by the two ministers and two heads of state. So I think the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs, had to walk a very fine line between these two domestic concerns, that this was not a due process, but in bilateral relations, this was indeed a negotiation, an agreement by two governments.
Well, on that note, some also argued that through Tuesday's announcement, South Korean government was able to avert losing global credibility because scrapping just going ahead, if Seoul just went ahead and nullified the deal unilaterally, that could have been detrimental to Korea's national image. What's your take on this?
I think it could have been very detrimental, but on the other hand, we must also recognize that sometimes treaties, even signed treaties, are reneged. We're recently going into ROK-US, ROC-US free trade agreement is going through a round of renegotiations. So things happen like that. So I was a little disappointed that the Japanese government was so critical and so concerned about the possibility of reneging, even when the South Korean government officially, President Moon as well as Minister Kang, have never used these words in their statements, that the government has not said that we're going to renege or nullify the agreement. So I think the Japanese government may be overreacting a little bit on this issue.
So you're saying renegotiations can happen, and they do happen?
They do happen, even with treaties.
Now, to the complicated question that involves money. Whether South Korea will return the $8.9 million compensation fund offered by Japan with the 2015 agreement had always been at the center of attention, because a return would imply Seoul's will to either scrap or renegotiate the deal. Now, about that, the government has said that it'll not return the fund, at least not for now. But won't use the money either. Instead, the government plans to use a big chunk of national budget to create $8.9 million and discuss with Japan afterwards on what to do with the money initially given by Japan. Now, again, some argue that this plan is too uncertain, raising more questions than answers. How do you interpret the move?
Well, first of all, accepting the $8.9 million or 1 billion yen as was agreed, because the irreversible and final resolution hung on Japan's provision of these funds, it would be very problematic to accept that, because then we are bound by the agreement that we made that the resolution will be final if we do accept the funds. So the South Korean government did not want to go that route, and as we have found in Minister Kang's visits with some of the victims in the past few weeks, some victims still do not want the South Korean government to accept the reparation funds as a final resolution of this case. They want us to return the money. But the South Korean government, as I said earlier about to scrap or not scrap this agreement, decided, I think in a very clever way, in a balanced way, that they would honor the victims' wishes to not accept these funds, but also not return it to Japan, and left it for further negotiations when times are better or more favorable to have a more sincere, advanced dialogue between the two countries after the steam gets out a little bit.
Now, let's say that the South Korean government decides to return the compensation funds sometime down the road. Will Japan accept it when they're up in arms urging South Korea to implement the agreement?
Well, as far as I know, I don't think the South Korean government has any plans to return the funds. In fact, I think what would be a very good resolution out of this is the South Korean government and Japan jointly agree to use the funds for commemoration of the victims or for education for future generations, because in the victim-centered approach, one of the very important things is to make sure that the history, this bad history, is not repeated. So the education and commemoration is an important part of the victim-centered approach. So if they can find a mutually agreeable way, perhaps in the international arena, still we know to this day there is a great deal of sexual violence during wartime. Wartime sexual violence is a critical issue that is still ongoing. So if the two governments can join hands on this issue, that would be a very noble gesture on both parties.
So there are smarter ways to spend the fund than just to return it.
I think so.
Now, we can't, as you've mentioned, deny the fact that the 2015 agreement was an official settlement made between two nations. But I understand that parts of it violate the international human rights law. Does Seoul still have to, is Seoul still obligated to implement the agreement even so?
international human rights laws, as well as the victim-centered approach that have been upheld at the UN and many international arenas. So both governments, I think, recognize that some of these ideas and principles have been compromised during the negotiation in the final agreement. But I don't know if that is enough to go on a major for reneging on the agreement just based on that. That may not be suffice. And as we know, international laws are not legally binding.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the critical weakness of international law.
Right.
Now, then I don't think the next question would be valid, but still, because many people question me this, should Seoul and Tokyo fail to resolve this matter diplomatically, can we turn to the international law for a solution? Can we at least try?
We can try, but we have been, both governments have been very active in the international arena, like the United Nations and other forums. So I think they can have a more global discussion on this issue, raising awareness of war crimes and war crimes especially based on sex and gender. I think if they can raise the profile of the significance of this issue, that history is repeating itself in a very negative way, and if the two governments, one side the perpetrator, the other side the victims, can join hands in this agenda, I think that would be really a very nice way out of this. And both governments, I think, will not only save their faces, but will show to the world that they're really responsible global citizens.
Now, South Korea stands in a position that requires careful balancing of its relations with Japan, and many experts agree that South Korea needs to maintain its strategic partnership with Japan for many different reasons, one of which is North Korea's nuclear standstill. How should the Moon administration take this issue from this point on?
As President Moon just said at his New Year's address, I think he said very clearly that he's going to pursue a two-track negotiations and relations with Japan, historical differences, historical disagreements over time, especially on the comfort women issue and others, will remain, but we will continue and move forward on our other fronts, such as security relations, economic relations, and so on. So I think that's a more sensible way.
Now, one last question for you, Professor Kim, before I let you go. What kind of measures should Seoul's foreign ministry take to make sure that such problems don't happen again?
What we found was, even in a presidential democracy, the president is the utmost important diplomat of the South Korean country as he or she goes out into the international arena. But it was really, we felt it was very problematic when the expert advice from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, with years and years of experience in international relations, their advice were not upheld or listened to, heard in the actual negotiations, especially the high-level negotiations. So what I would like to urge is, in this day of very complex foreign relations, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the diplomatic capacity has to be enhanced. I think there's more grave issues coming our way, including the North Korean nuclear issue. Domestic issues, politics are intertwined with regional and global foreign relations. So to have a relatively small foreign ministry is not enough, and we really must enhance the numbers as well as the capability of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and diplomacy in general.
I couldn't agree with you more on that. Well, Professor Kim, thank you so much today for coming in and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you very much.